Well, where are we at? We're at day 10 of being done dipping. Day 10. And I can tell you, yesterday, I apparently the day with this nicotine withdrawals or whatever, because it's been 10 days, apparently yesterday was the diarrhea and stomach ache day, because that's what I deal with all day yesterday. On what was it, day 9, I deal with the stomach ache, the headaches, the diarrhea, just not feeling well. And at this point, today's day 10, at this point, you just start wondering inside your head, you just start wondering, like, when is it going to come time when you're still not feeling those triggers of wanting it in your system? When are you going to be able to sit on the couch and not have these nicotine withdrawals? How long does it truly take? I was told that once the nicotine is out of your system in 72 hours, which is 3 days, that you're cool, that you're good to go, whatever. Hey, it's out of your system in 3 days, you won't crave it anymore. And that's not even the case. I'm at 10 full days, 10 full nights, and still, as I was just sitting on the couch watching Gremlins a couple minutes ago, I was still tasting the Grizzly Wintergreen in my mouth. I was still tasting all of it as I was just sitting on the couch. I was still feeling that feeling of not having the nicotine in my system 10 days later. So at this point, it's not even a battle of me fighting myself to go to the store and buy more Grizzly Wintergreen. It's not even a battle of that anymore at this point. I don't even crave to put it back in my mouth at this point. What I do crave, honestly, at this point, what I do crave is just not feeling like it's still in your system, because supposedly at this point it should be out of your system 10 days later, but it still feels like the nicotine is still inside of me 10 days later. It doesn't feel like it's been like flushed out at all. And I had all the normal symptoms, irritable. I was really irritable a couple days ago. I've been craving candy. I haven't eaten candy since I was a little child, and now I have all these cravings for candy, and I went and I bought a bunch of candy, and I was reading on that too, and that's all normal. That's all part of the game. It's the withdrawals. It's because the chew has so much sugar in it that you're seeking out something else. But today is just more being irritated by the whole situation than as opposed to wanting to chew. It's more irritating because you're like, Jesus Christ, when is this stuff fully going to be out of my system when I'm not even thinking about it or not even feeling it? Because I swear to God, all these guys who dip, what they don't get is the one day they're going to have to quit eventually. I mean, it's like, is the ride up worth the ride down? Because for a long time, I rode the ride up, and I went up, and I was up a long ass ways. But now I get to ride the ride going down. So you got to ask yourself, next time you put a dip in or next time you smoke a cigarette, you got to ask yourself, how damn hard is this going to be when something forces me to quit? And if my mouth would have stayed healthy, and if I would have had no issues in my mouth, no sores, it wouldn't have done any damage to my gums, I would have never quit. Plain and simple. I would have just kept going. If it didn't do any harm to me, I'd have dipped for the rest of my life. But unfortunately, I got in a situation financially, and because it was costing me, whatever, $50-$60 a week. And I got in a situation there, and I got in a situation where this side hurt, and that side hurt, and everything hurt. I got in a situation where I was forced to quit for my own health so I can live. Chew became not worth it with the mouth pain and the cost associated with it. I had to fucking take the ride down. And so if you see anyone dipping, when they got the can in their hands, you just remember that ride up is great, right? You're going to feel like fucking amazing. Like if I had some Grizzly right now, I'd fucking stick it in. But is sticking it in worth coming down? And eventually you're going to have to come down on it. And I'm telling you that these withdrawals do not stop on day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. They keep going and going. And then once the shit's out of your system and you think you're 10 days out, you're still feeling it 10 days later. And I think this shit's, I'm not sure if it's, at this point, if it's ever going to leave my system. And I'm hoping. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to live every day with the withdrawals. There's nothing else I can do. So I can't go back. So otherwise, I'm going to be a tortured soul, and I'm going to have to live the rest of my life with these withdrawals. I don't know what else to do. Just deal with it until the withdrawals pass. Hopefully it's at a month mark. Hopefully it's soon, where I don't feel a period, and I can feel like how I felt before I started dipping. I don't know at this point. We'll see what happens. I'm Gemini. And I know if I stick one in, all this 10 days of hard work that I've been doing the last 10 days is just going to get fucking wrecked. Like that. By tonight, I go get 2 cans of Grizzly Wintergreen right now. Right? I'll dip them all day. Dip it all night. Dip it at work tomorrow. By the time I get off work tomorrow, whatever, 12 o'clock, noon, 1 o'clock, whenever I get home, I guarantee I'll look at my mouth and all that 10 days of work will be fucking discarded because my gums will be all fucked up again. Spot on this side, sore on this side, spent the money, feeling like shit, and then all these 10 days are lost for nothing. And I ain't going back to it.